You are tuned into a special player spotlight interview on the CS Podcast.
Welcome to another edition of the CS Podcast presented by the NUC NFL Draft Bible, bringing you the names that you need to know first. Since 2002, visit NFLDraftBible.com. As always, folks, I'm your guys' host, Chris Shanafelt, and joining the show now for a special player spotlight interview is the 2016 NFL Draft prospect, defensive end out of University of Central Arkansas. He actually holds the school record in career sacks and career tackles for loss. He's Jonathan Woodard. And Jonathan, I appreciate you taking some time today. With your collegiate career now officially behind you, it's in the books. Is it bittersweet at all? I mean, obviously you are looking forward to the future, but is there any part of you that's going to miss the college game or the college experience as a whole?
Definitely, for sure. I mean, I'm definitely always going to miss those guys. Just suiting up with them every Saturday, and the camaraderie is something that is really unique to our program, so it's definitely something I'm going to miss.
And, you know, I'm going to take you back quite a few years, about 5 years, and just talk about making the decision coming out of high school to attend Central Arkansas. I mean, did you have any other offers, and why did you feel that UCA was the best fit for you?
Well, coming out of high school, I was actually pretty undersized. I think I was about, during my playing time as a senior, I think I was about 210. So I didn't have much attention as far as recruiting goes. And I actually had to use a recruiting service called NCSA. And after that, I had just one other visit. I went up to Cornell. I liked it. It was a great school, but the admittance process had some I didn't actually know when I'd be able to get in. So I ended up taking a visit to Central Arkansas. I loved it, and then that was a full offer, so I thought that was a no-brainer.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously looking back now 5 years down the road, I mean, it certainly looks like you made the right decision there. Now, looking at your playing career, looking at your collegiate football career at Central Arkansas, I see that you did redshirt your first year in 2011, and then as a redshirt freshman in 2012, you appeared in all 12 games. You led the team with 7 sacks and was second on the team with 11 tackles for loss. You also had 2 forced fumbles and 3 fumble recoveries, one in which you returned for a touchdown. Talk about the success you're able to have so early on in your collegiate career. I mean, were you expecting to have the immediate impact that you had in that 2012 season?
No, I actually wasn't. My coach at the time coached during that spring that I'd have to step up, but I honestly didn't think I'd step up in that fashion. But I think it was definitely a testament to all the work I put in as a redshirt. I mean, I came in 225, and over the course of that next year, I got all the way up to about 250. And got a lot of practice reps and just adjusted to the speed of the game. And that definitely helped me just adjust and went on to help me making the play that I'll make next year.
And the following year in 2013, Jonathan, as a redshirt sophomore, again, you played in all 12 games. This time you actually started all 12 games. You racked up 10.5 tackles for loss. Not only did you lead the team in sacks as a redshirt sophomore, but you led the entire conference with 8 sacks. You also added 2 forced fumbles, 1 recovered fumble. It was kind of a no-brainer to get you out there as a starter, seeing as what you were able to do as a freshman. Obviously, that standout year, your first year active, and obviously you did not disappoint when you were given that starting role. And then the following season, you followed the next season up with a career high 18.5 tackles for loss, 10 sacks, an interception, and 2 blocked kicks. I know I'm just rumbling off of all of these stats, but some very impressive stuff you're able to do, especially very early on in your UCA Bears career. Now, coming off of those 2 very strong seasons, you know, your first 2 as a full-time starter on that Central Arkansas Bears defense. I mean, what were your personal expectations for this past season, seeing as it was your final as a collegiate athlete?
I really didn't just want to make sure just keep improving. Just my coach makes a good point never to be complacent, never to be satisfied. So I wanted to just keep improving. I wanted to put some weight on as well and just improve upon my stats going into that last year.
And as a senior, Jonathan, you did rack up 33 tackles, 10.5 tackles for loss, 5.5 sacks, and a blocked kick. Like I said in the opening, you now hold the Central Arkansas record in career sacks and career tackles for loss. And if people weren't too familiar with you before this season, Jonathan, they would probably look at your stats throughout your career and say that it was a down year for you this senior year of yours. But I was actually able to watch a couple of games of yours this season, and that was not the case. Actually, I don't think it was the case at all. I think every team that you played against this season certainly had you on their scouting report. I mean, do you feel the same, that teams actually game planned around you this past season?
Yes, I definitely do. I think that was, direct result of the year I had last year. Saw a lot more double teams and just attention coming my way than I did in previous years. But I guess that's just something I got to adjust to going forward.
Right. I mean, obviously, you're gaining a lot of respect from your opponents when you see those double teams. And, it was a great collegiate career for you throughout your time at Central Arkansas. You've been one of the top pass rushers in all of the FCS. Overall, how would you describe your collegiate football career at UCA?
I guess, I thought it was fantastic, honestly. I had a great career. I wish I could have gone out on my senior season with better stats, but I felt like even though the stats weren't as high as my junior year, I affected the game in different ways as far as pressuring the quarterback and changing the line of scrimmage, things like that.
Absolutely, and obviously playing at Central Arkansas, Jonathan, the Southland Conference, it has a lot of nice talent. Two teams represented the conference this year in the FCS playoffs, those two teams being McNeese State and Sam Houston State. And I look at Lamar University's running back, Cade Harrington. He's one of the three finalists for the FCS Offensive Player of the Year award. And speaking of Harrington, Jonathan, I know that when you guys played Lamar, Harrington had a pretty nice game. He was able to run for over 240 yards and 2 scores, but your guys' running back was able to, I believe he ran for over 290 yards and 4 scores, the Central Arkansas running back. So nonetheless, it was a pretty nice game for both running backs that game. But I just want to ask you, he may or may not be the answer to this question, Cade Harrington that is, but who would you say is the toughest player that you've played against throughout these last 4 years?
Any conference, I'd say the best player I went against was tackle from Texas Tech, LaRaven Clark. And then I'd probably say the best overall player, I'd have to give it to Cade Harrington. You can see the kind of stats he went for this year, for over 2,000 yards. He's a hard runner, even though, despite his size, he runs really hard, makes a ton of plays. And it's just it's crazy that he's only a sophomore, so it's going to be exciting to see what he can do going forward.
Absolutely, and was actually able to have Cade on the podcast a few weeks ago. Once again, you guys are listening to the CS podcast powered by the NUC NFL Draft Bible, bringing you the names that you need to know first. Since 2002, visit NFLDraftBible.com, and he's the elite pass rusher out of the University of Central Arkansas. Jonathan Woodard joining the CS podcast as he gets ready for the 2016 NFL Draft. And I guess what goes through your mind when you hear that, Jonathan? When did you realize that you might have what it takes to play at the professional level and that you would give this thing a shot?
I'd say after my sophomore year, the thought started to come to me, because I heard people kind of telling me that I had a chance to, but I thought it was too soon to really be thinking about it. And then after my junior year, I had a big season. That's when things started to really fall into place.
And with your season now officially being over, it's like you have to get in the track shape. You have to mold yourself into a totally different athlete as you get ready for your pro day, for any combines that you may be participating in. Any idea as to where you'll be training over these next few months leading up to the draft, and when and where your pro day might be at?
I've actually not decided on where I'm going to be training at, but my pro day should be in early March. Okay. But I think the biggest thing to me, while it's important to worry about track shape and all that, I think a big thing is, especially for D linemen, is just keeping your technique strong throughout those months, because you're not going to, you'll have a couple bowl games or chances for bowl games, but keeping your technique strong and staying on position work is definitely something to be focusing on.
And do you have any specific numbers that you'd like to put up? Any goals that you'd like to reach, during your pro day or future combines?
Definitely over 30 on bench press, 4.6, 4.7, 40, and then those are the two I'm really focusing on.
All right, all right. And as you know, I mean, you've seen last year your teammate, wide receiver Des Lewis. I mean, you've seen yourself how crucial, how critical these pro days and combines could be for any prospect, that is, but especially for small school playmakers like yourself. Now, I see that the Central Arkansas website has you listed at 6'6", 271. Is that accurate?
Yeah, it's accurate. It's actually a little bit under right now, about 275. And this season I've played at 275.
All right. And you know what? How do you feel about the small school label that'll be coming along with you being from Central Arkansas? I mean, is that something that you'll embrace? I mean, will it give you an added chip on your shoulder as you look to defy the odds over these next few months?
That's definitely something I'll embrace. It'll add a chip to my shoulder, and it's something I've been through before. I mean, I came out of high school as a really not a recruit that was sought after out of high school. Then I probably had no stars, honestly, and I've fought through that to get to where I am now, so I have no problem doing the same.
Again, he's Jonathan Woodard, the 2016 NFL Draft prospect out of the University of Central Arkansas, here on the CS podcast presented by the NUC NFL Draft Bible. And just a few more questions before I let you go, Jonathan. Really do appreciate your time. What makes a successful defensive end? I mean, what is one thing that you need to do, that you need to have, whether you like it or not?
I put really two things, just good get off, and being good with your hands, being able to get their hands off you and beat the tackle's outside hand for a defensive end.
And what would you say is your biggest strength as a defensive end? I mean, what has allowed you to have the success that you've had, and what is something that you'd like to get better at?
I think both my length and my strength and my power rush is something I've had a lot of success with over the years, as well as just getting off blocks. I feel like that's something I'm very strong at. And then something just to get better at, just continue to develop more pass rushing moves.
Okay, and for those who may not be too familiar with your game, again, coming from a smaller school, coming from an FCS program in Central Arkansas, there may not be a lot of people that are too familiar with you. If you were to compare yourself to somebody currently playing in the NFL, who do you think that would be and why?
I compare myself to a Calais Campbell. Or maybe a Mario Williams. I feel like we're both, all three of us are long, rangy defensive ends. I feel like I have the frame to put on the weight like they do, but they can also move well with the weight. They're both strong and physical and can really attack off the edge.
Hey, man, I'll tell you what, if I mean, two of the better defensive linemen in all the NFL, you certainly cannot go wrong with those comparisons right there. Now, switching gears now, Jonathan, I mean, have you signed with an agent yet, or are you still thinking about that? Who would you like to – are you still thinking about who you would like to have represent you?
I've chosen an agent. I just haven't signed all the paperwork and all of that yet.
Okay. And like I said, just two more questions for you, Jonathan. Your time is greatly appreciated. Have you been invited to any college all-star games, or are we still waiting for those invites to roll in?
I've been invited to the College Gridiron Showcase in Bedford, Texas, January 10th to 13th. And then nice. Just as the time goes on, we'll see if I get any more invites.
All right, sounds great. Final question for you, and that is, let's say there's an NFL general manager listening to this very interview. Why should he want defensive end out of the University of Central Arkansas, Jonathan Woodard, a part of his team?
Man, honestly, I just love the work. I love to put in the work. I mean, I love the game. You're not going to find someone that's going to work harder than me, and that's point blank, period.
And again, he's one of arguably the top pass rusher in all the FCS, Jonathan Woodard, out of Central Arkansas. Jonathan, I really do appreciate you taking some time this afternoon, and certainly wishing you all the best throughout this, sometimes fun, sometimes grueling draft process, man.
Oh, no problem. I appreciate you having me on.